Yeah, so coming to feature engineering, here we have already all the exploratory data analysis understanding, right? And that understanding is we know that survival was very much dependent on the class. It was the sibling and the patch is very close to each other, right? And then age was having some factor here, right? And survival was much higher, or what is our outliers and all, right? So we have like pretty much understanding on that, and that data is already cleaned and dropped, right? So now what I'm going to do is like I'm going to take out, we have this name, right? See, everything is not here, so let me just print this df.head here, and if you see, this name is it looks like broad Mr. Owen Harris, right? And if you see, it is having sex also given, male and female here. But why, what I saw, guys, let me take a sample for better understanding, and I'm just will take the sample of 20, and I noticed something which we can consider here. So let me just show you one data I saw. Okay, Mrs. Mr. Okay, so if you see, I have this Mr., Mrs., Mr., Master, Major. I have actually everywhere the title of the person, right? Rather saving complete name, guys, I just want to make a title of the person so I can reduce this also. I want to use this, but how I can use this is what I'm thinking, because right now I have every single row has a different name, right? I want to make a feature out of this one, then I'm just going to do take out this Mr. and Miss. So this will give me one idea whether that person name was Mr. or it was a female. It was a because I see there is some difference. Somewhere I saw that it was used female, and but in the title, right? Title, it was not very close to female. Okay, so by understanding this, what I'm going to do is like I'm just taking the title column, okay, and sorry, I'm creating another column called title, and uh, just trying to take out that word which is between uh, the comma and the full stop here, right? And everywhere you see, that is our title is comma and full stop, so that is our title. So I'm going to use our string split, okay, and take between comma and take between the full stop, okay. If I run this, I am able to print all different titles here. So I have a Mr., Mrs., Miss, Master, Don, Rev, Doctor, all different kind of unique uh, titles I'm able to print, and I have stored in the title. Okay, all different I have stored in the title, guys. Okay, now when I have stored it, what I want to do is I want to reduce my this data, or I want to make this title. So what I will do, I will replace this with something which I understand more. Like for me, Miss, or you know, Mr. or Master, or rather let's say Miss or MS or MRS, is very similar to each other. So I can mark it just Miss only, right? So same thing I'm doing here. I'm adding, or I'm changing this title by replacing this words, or this particular words, with rare. Okay, because this all Don, Rev, Doctor, I don't understand what is this, right? And this is very rare words. Captain, this won't be similar with, this won't be too much with the data. Mr., Mrs., Master is very common, guys, right? If you see here, this Mrs., Mr., Miss, Master is common, but all these words, this is not so common. So I'm just calling them rare. You can call it anything you want. I'm just calling it rare words or rare titles for me, right? And then I'm replacing MLL MS with Miss, and other MNE MRS for Mr. Okay, or let me do this here. Okay, and run this one. So I have this title. Now if I check my title unique, it will give me Mr., Mrs., Master and Rare. That's all I have in title. Okay, I've already formed extra column. For every row, I'm able to tell whether it's a Mr., whether Miss or Master or Rare. Okay, now let me just print and show it to you. So if you see here in title, I have a Mr., Miss, and Mr. Right? So I'm able to do that. I'm able to already created a title. The name column is still there, guys, but I have Mr., Miss, and Mr. So now this categorical information, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this categorical information. I'll just map it with some numbers. So this will be this will be easy to understand or easy to do the operations into this, right? Or making this into a numerical value, so it will be easy for the calculation. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to map this with 0, 1, 2 and 3, right? So df title dot map, and you provide this key pair combination for uh, I have this 4 different unique values, right? So for every value I'm just giving 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and if I run this one, so now my title should be updated from, you see Mr., Miss here, right? It should be updated with numbers. So yeah, it is updated now. You can see it is updated to 2, 1, 1, 1 and 2, right? So this is updated. Okay. Now by seeing the previous data here, we had an understanding that the sibling and patch is very similar to each other, and this is just given number of parents and sibling. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create another column, right? In our data frame, I'm going to create total family. In total family, I'm just adding the sibling and patch. It's like adding 2 different columns and creating the third column, guys. Okay, so I'm just adding, and now if you see here, I have sibsp and patch, right? So 0, 1. So this will give me a total family of 0, 1 only. Let me just print the df.head, and if I'm printing df.head, I have a total family column already created here. You see it's adding 0, 1 is 1, 0, 1 is 1 again, 0, 0 is 0. If you want, you can take the head 20 head, right? So let's see if this is doing okay. 4 is here, right? So 3 plus 1 is 4, 0 plus 2 is 2. So it's doing that, right? It is doing what I asked. So it is doing, I'm able to see the data also. Okay, now I have this particular one sex, right? It has male and female. This has only 2 uniques. Okay, if you want, we can check it. There is nothing else from that, right? So df and sex dot unique. Okay, is running. So I'm just trying to see if anything is apart from male and female is there, so I have to consider, right? So if you see it ran, it giving me I have a male, I have a female. That's all I have. There is no other value for this particular column, right? So now what I'm doing, I'm just mapping this male to 0 and female to 1. Same thing I did here, guys, for total family, right? I just same thing I did for okay, not here. I did for this. What do you call this one? Titles, right? I mapped with the numbers, so it is easy for me. Okay, so now here I'm just mapping male 0, female 1. Okay, similar thing I have it in embarked. We already see S, C, and Q I have. If I do that for embarked also, let me just show you. Embarked dot unique. It is giving me S, C, and Q. Okay, so I have only 3 different values here in embarked. So uh, here for embarked also, I'm just creating a mapping. S will be 0, C will be 1, and Q will be 2. You can give any number at random, guys, but I'm just giving whatever I get. So S, C, Q, every number I just got it. Let me just update this embarked also, and now And now just let me print df.head. Okay, so now you'll see in sex I have numbers now rather than male and female. In embarked I have number rather than S, C and Q. In total family I have number, which is total count of that. In title I have number, which is for Mr., Master, Miss and Rare I have one number for every value, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my features. We know what we need to predict and what we need to use as, right? So what in X I'm going to drop CBSP, Parch, Fair, Survived and Name. Why all this? Because CBSP and Parch already we made total family, right? Fair, I don't see that there is a lot of difference it's making. So I'm just dropping that. Survived is my Y. So that's why I have to survived. So that's why I have to drop it because I'm going to put in Y. Y is something that what I'm going to predict, right? So I'm going to drop survive because of that. And name I'm just dropping because name is pretty much for every row is different. That's why I created a title. So that will give me whether it's a Mr. or Miss or the combination that I made, right? And you have to also post X is equal to true, so it is dropping, okay? And let's create this one. So now I have a X and Y. Let's print the shape of it. So X has 878 values and 6 rows because I dropped this all, guys. We were seeing a lot of columns here, but I dropped all this, right? So X has 6 rows and Y has only a column. There's only one column with 878 rows. Okay, so that is why nothing here. Now just let's see the data. Okay, X dot head. Here in X dot head, we see that everything is in numbers now. Now everything we have it in number. Okay, I have a PC class, sex, age, embark, title, total family. Everything is number, guys. And in X info, you can see all survived will be here with all 878. This entry should be same, guys. You always make sure this entry should be here. 878 and 78 should be here. Okay. So X dot info, just I'm making sure that everything is not null. Okay. Everything is not null and I have this possibly all int or float, so numbers, right? So I can easily calculate it now. If you have learned something from the class, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and hit on the bell notification, so next time when I upload a video you'll get notified. Thanks for watching.